Star Trek again? Let's fix that. Much better. Hello everyone, I am MechaRandom42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, entertainment harpy, and absolutely 100% not a news channel. Just gotta throw that out there. I do like to react to the things I find online, and hopefully in a nice, entertaining sort of way.
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
What she said! We are talking today about one of my favorite newer shows, and you know me, I don't like a lot of new TV, because it's usually too dark, too gritty, too full of, well, whatever this is.
In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, you are the very model of a modern Major General.
Ugh. No, that is horrifying. No Spock singing, and that's not even Spock, that's fake Spock. We don't have to worry about any of that on the Orville. We actually get the spirit of Star Trek, the hopeful, optimistic look at the future, and competent people. I know, competent people that can actually get on the ship, do their jobs, seem to give a crap about each other. What are we talking about today? Oh, this is cute. Cinema Spot. They think that the Orville is getting canceled. Well, this is just according to a certain Twitter handle over at Cinema Spot, which I've never actually heard of. They're kind of like GameSpot, only never heard of them, apparently. So they have an exclusive saying that the Orville is canceled at Hulu on season 3, becoming the final outing for Seth MacFarlane's sci-fi series. Here's the thing. This article's released one day after the Reddit. Were they Reddit? No, they weren't Reddit. Excuse me, my bad. They were 4chan leaks, alleged leaks that might not be true about Strange New Worlds from Star Trek not doing very well, not getting any investors, and not getting an actual series order, as well as Picard Season 2 having some issues behind the scenes. Well, I did a whole video on that. I'll just link that, boom, right there for you guys. According to this source, I have some unfortunate news for fans of the Orville. Now, I do have an update from the actual producer of the show, so take all of this stuff with a grain of salt, just like the 4chan leaks from Star Trek. Remember those saying that Discovery Season 4 wasn't going to happen? Now, that one I have a little bit more reason to believe, because we have a proven failure with Discovery. We have something that people genuinely really, really like here. If this thing doesn't make another season, I would only suspect that has a lot more to do with the business end. With the Hulu now being owned by Disney not really knowing what to do with a lot of this stuff, Disney allegedly having some, not so great return of investment, or whatever the case may be over in Disney, with the whole rumored layoffs, rumored Bob Iger might be leaving, rumored Kathleen Kennedy. There's just a lot of rumors. That's all we're doing right now. We're just talking and gossiping about rumors. Screw it. We're going to bring in the Twitter thread, because I don't want to make you guys wait any longer. According to Tom Constantino, no, there's no truth to that. And of course, we do have the writer of this article from Cinema Spot. They say, oh, it's an exclusive for a reason. Well, you got out an article for anyone else, but that's not what I'm asking. Just want to know where the information comes from. A reliable source. So then it's just a rumor. In your opinion, maybe. But no, it's not. Well, see, here's the thing. When I made the video talking about all the rumors from Star Trek yesterday, that source that I got that information from was 100% accurate on everything that was going to happen in the leaked episode of Star Trek Picard. I believe it was episode 7, where Riker's making pizza. That episode where we finally get to see Riker, and we finally get to see Counselor Troy, we finally get to see Star Trek characters in our Star Trek. I know, instead of just a bunch of beard boys.
Damn, we're smooth.
Because that's all this new Star Trek is. It's just a bunch of Romulans with their scruffy beards, and they look terrible. And when it's not the Romulans, it's people like Spock.
I like science.
That's why I'm not a big fan of this new modern day Star Trek. These are all people who I don't want anything to do with. I don't want to aspire to be any of these people. I look down on the people in modern day Star Trek. We no longer have the best of the best. And you know where we do have it? We have it here on the Orville. So according to Tom Constantino here, people were even asking him, now who's Tom Constantino? Well, he is part of the Orville. From my understanding, oh, he follows me. Well, thank you so much. From my understanding, he actually is more visual effects, like that aspect of everything. But he is a producer on the show. He does work on the series. He says, no, that this is not happening. Season 3 is not going to be the last. We don't even know yet. It hasn't even aired yet. And this is why even with Discovery stuff, as much as I would like that one to end, and I do tend to laugh when I do see those rumors, when I see something like the Orville, and these sort of rumors, and I'm taking this as a rumor because I've never heard of this site before. Now, from what I've been able to find, this person has interacted with a lot of Star Trek fans on the pro-Discovery side, so they would have all that more reason to drop an article like this, just to silence some of the negative rumors that are coming out, some of the negative rumors that are surfacing, especially with the wonderful success of Lower Decks. Now, I did have somebody tell me that this new trailer, the first look of Lower Decks, we'll pull it up too, why not, was removed. It is not removed. It's still there. It's not unlisted. The comments are still enabled, so if you do want to comment, please don't bother them unless you really, really have something to say. I certainly can't condone or recommend going over there and just telling them how horrible it is, because, well, it's like Brie said, right?
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
I'm sure they don't want to hear any of the negative feedback. We don't need to make their day any worse. But here you go. 3,100 down to the 2,100 up. And that's just on this one. That's just on the most recent one. The other one did completely get their comments and likes disabled. The other one completely was removed and hidden. So no, they didn't even bother to care on this one. I think they know Star Trek is pretty much done and it's time to put a fork in it. But here we go. Let's read through this article. I have some unfortunate news for fans of the Orville. Hulu has decided to cancel the show and will not return for a 4th season. If any of this stuff will come in the pipelines later, and I'm talking, this won't even come into the pipelines until later, but right now, the fact that this is coming out right now, right on the tail end of all of the disastrous feedback from all of the new Trek panels, right on the tail end of all that stuff, this one really, really seems to me to be more like a clickbait article just to get back at anybody who thinks that Discovery and Picard might not be coming back. And as much as I want that to happen, I didn't say 100% that was going to happen. I'm like, you know what? Rumors, grain of salt. We know that. We understand that. And we understand enough to know that when I put a Orville canceled, you're just going to click that and see what I have to say. So at this moment in time, I don't believe that this is going to be canceled, especially when people who work on the show are telling me that it's not. So when you see articles like this, especially from these little nobody sites, this isn't a Screen Rant. This isn't Hollywood Reporter. This isn't Variety. This is Cinema Spot. It's not even GameSpot. You really have to take a lot of these with a grain of salt. I'm still trying to get more details on the situation, but from my understanding, the intention was never to make a 4th season. However, we will still be getting the 3rd season. And that is what I do know they are working on. They're doing a lot of post-production. There's been a lot of work from home because of the post-production lately, which we all know why. And according to this article, we probably would have not even gotten a 3rd season if it wasn't for an international deal that Disney needed to complete, which included a 3rd season of The Orville. Well, The Orville was already in production during the buyout. Correct me if I'm wrong in that, but I believe that they were already filming. And once the whole Disney buyout and merger, I guess, happened, they were still filming with that, and then they were still filming right before lockdowns happened. They were able to do a lot of post from home. So I don't even believe this line. This just seems like speculation. There's no information of sources here. There's no information of why they know that. We probably wouldn't have even gotten a 3rd season if it wasn't for the international deal that Disney needed to complete, which included a 3rd season of The Orville. Got a little backstory. The sci-fi dramedy created and starring Seth MacFarlane is set on the titular USS Orville, a mid-level exploratory space vessel set in the Planetary Union, a 25th century interstellar alliance of Earth and many other planets. And you know what is great about The Orville? It feels like Star Trek. It just feels like Star Trek at this point. It is the closest thing that we're going to get to a continuation of The Next Generation. And yeah, you get a few different things, like instead of the Federation, it's the Planetary Union. But come on. It feels like Star Trek. It seems like Star Trek. It looks like Star Trek. It's this clean, brightly lit workplace environment of a lot of people who genuinely want to work together. They're not at each other's throats. They want to do the right thing, even if they're former spouses, and go out and explore space. How wonderful is that? We don't have that in New Trek. We don't. We just have a bunch of people at each other's throats and a bunch of language and a bunch of garbage on the screen. They just throw everything at the camera just to distract you from how bad the story is. And they do that to overload your senses, so you can't process how bad it is, so you can't think. They do that to distract people. They do that to distract people from how bad it is. And that is why the Orville is so much better. Here we go. Even though the show is canceled, it's still possible for fans to get 4 seasons. Oh, so they're contradicting their own thing. So this is them covering their own butt to say, oh, I ran with this, even though I'm not sure of it, and here's me covering my own butt. That's all she's doing here, or he. I don't know who this is. Even though the show's canceled, it's still possible for fans to get a 4th season. The networks and streaming services cancel shows all the time. But series like Lucifer, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Expanse have all found their home somewhere else. Seeing as how the Orville already moved once, it can easily do it again. But I do have to stress at this moment, I am not aware of Hulu being in any talks with any other streaming services or networks about moving the show elsewhere. After the 3rd season of The Orville finishes production, sets and props will be dismantled, and the studio space of The Orville will be used by another Hulu show, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's clear to me The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is supposed to be the replacement for The Orville, as they are both comedy sci-fi series. Now, I did one video about a year ago about that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. The last I heard about it was a year ago that it was just in the works. Part of me is excited for it because I'm a huge Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. The other part of me is completely uninterested in anything the United States is doing with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. It's such a British show. It is such an iconic piece of literature. If you are a sci-fi fan, if you are a fan of British humor, if you are a fan of that sort of genre of stuff, I can't see them pushing out the Orville in favor of this. I can see them coexisting for a little bit together. I don't, now this is just me speculating, not having any information to back this up. According to this, they're saying The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has been renewed for a 2nd season. Here's the thing though. I get it that you want to at least finish it, because every time that we get the Hitchhiker's Guide, this is a completely side tangent. Anytime we get the Hitchhiker's Guide, they always start it over, don't they? And they never actually get to the conclusion. They never get to the end. So no matter what they do, I'm not interested until after the fact anyway with the Hitchhiker's Guide. I'm really not that interested until I know it's going to be concluded and completed, and we're not left hanging like the original TV series that we had from the UK. Or even the radio show didn't go all the way towards the end of the books. The only way to get the complete story is to read the books and listen to the audiobooks. And I am less excited the more I hear about that, especially if we're going to lose the Orville. I would much rather have the Orville because at least we know. At least that's proven. At least that's proven to be good. Alright, so I'm going to rule this one as clickbait for now, as a way to get back at all of the 4chan leaks and rumors that we were talking about from Star Trek. That's what it appears like to me. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. So far, according to Tom Constantino, doesn't look like it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. This is from somebody who actually works on this TV show, not just some random blue check mark with fewer followers than I do on Twitter. Non-blue check mark. They're not even a blue check mark. Oh, what am I talking about? Bad Mecha, I misspoke again. You're gonna have to get me on that one. I am Mecha Random 42, and I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.